to fuck with your conscience. Girls hate when niggas go missing. This job you ain't no different. These days it's hard to meet women. Feel like my love life is finished.
Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the absolute worst way to grow your natural hair, because this just was crazy to me. So I was on TikTok and I saw this lady, and she had very long, beautiful hair, but she said the way she grew her hair is she absolutely stopped trimming her hair. And yes, while her hair was long, her mother's hair was also long, and her grandmother's hair was long. She was African American, she was black, whichever term you like to use. But she was definitely black. So I'm not gonna say your hair wouldn't have grown if you, okay, so here's my thing. I just kind of have an issue with people going around saying that not trimming your ends helps you grow your hair, because it doesn't. All it's gonna do is split all the way up the length of your hair. That's it. It's gonna destroy your hair. And when it does that, like, your hair doesn't feel right, your curl pattern isn't very, I've always noticed, like, people who say they don't trim their split ends, they almost always wear an afro that is never defined and curly. And if it is, it's very defined and beautiful up top, and down the bottom it looks like an afro. So that's my issue with that, because I really don't believe in not trimming your ends. Even if you trim your ends, your hair, the average person's hair grows about 6 inches a year. So even if you trim off like 2 inches, then you still have 4 inches of hair that you've grown. Yeah, it'll be a little slower, but it's still like grown a lot. 4 inches that's a big deal. So I don't believe in not trimming your split ends, because honestly, that's just not for me. I don't believe in not trimming your split ends. It's just, it doesn't work. I've tried not trimming my split ends and my hair fell out. And the curl pattern, I think I have a video, or I'll insert a video or a picture somewhere if I can find one, but the curl pattern of my hair was just complete trash. It never looked good no matter what I did to it. I could flat iron it, it didn't look right. I could leave it curly, it did not look right, because I had so many split ends. And I only had like 2 inches worth of split ends. Like, if you've never trimmed your ends, I'm pretty sure you have way more than 2 inches of split ends. Like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna, I like length retention, I'm sorry. I like length retention, but it's not that serious. It's never that serious. Yeah, I don't believe in that. That's just outrageous to me. Here's the thing. When you trim your ends, it's getting all the dead hair off so your hair can grow healthy. I like to grow healthy hair. My hair is very healthy. So when I flat iron it, I like it to look bone straight and not frizzy. That is also why a lot of people's hair is frizzy, because, especially at the ends, if you've ever seen somebody who, like this, had flat ironed hair, and the ends look like little, I don't know, whatever. It looked like chihuahuas chewed the ends off your hair. And I'm not making fun of anybody by any means. It's just that it's outrageous not to cut the split ends of your hair. Okay, so here's how it works. It starts out small. The ends of your hair, you'll see a small split, and it's normally in one piece of hair. So like that. It should be all together like this. Let me see if I can. I don't know if y'all can see that, but yeah, right there. It should all be together just like that. Okay. So if you look at one strand of hair like that and it's not together, it's like at the end, it's starting to split. That is a split end, and that is not what you want. You don't want it. As soon as you see them, cut it off. Some people want to retain length so badly that they dust instead of just trimming like 2 to 3 inches off. But honestly, dusting will result to you doing it a hell of a lot more than just trimming your ends. If you just go ahead and cut that 3 inches off, you're not gonna really be bothered with cutting your hair for like another 6 months to a year. There's no time frame on split ends, okay? Like, this is split ends 101. There's no time frame on how many times a year you should cut your split ends. When you see them, when you notice them, cut them. And that's why people feel like they cannot retain any length, because, oh, I'm gonna cut my split ends every 3 to 6 months. You don't have to do that. Your hair is just gonna stay the same length, is what you're ultimately doing. This is why people feel like they can't retain length if they trim their ends. That's not how you're supposed to do it. Last time I had a trim was a year ago. I haven't needed one ever since. My hair stays under wigs most of the time anyway. I'm not really playing in it. So yeah, I don't really have to cut my ends every 3 to 6 months. That's just ridiculous. Cut as needed, and cut before the split gets too high. That's really it. Now don't do it with home, like, kitchen scissors. Like, you need hair shears. So I went to my local beauty supply and I bought some. They're very sharp. I need to get some new ones because they're getting a little dull. But I bought some. They're very sharp, and that's what you want to cut your hair with. Because if you cut your hair with dull scissors or kitchen scissors, then it could cause your hair to split even more, which will make it even worse, and you'll have to cut even more off. With dusting, you literally have to do dusting. Like, I've tried to get away with it for longer than this, but every 2 to 4 months you have to dust your hair. If you're gonna dust, that's how you have to do it, every 2 to 4 months. You cannot just do it as needed, because since you're dusting, you're not cutting all the split ends off because you're worried about the length. So because of that, you know, you're just going through and trying to find split ends. You probably missed 50% of the split ends that are actually there. So of course you're gonna have to go back and recut if you're just dusting. Dusting is very annoying because it will have you feeling like, okay, I just cut my hair last month. Why do I have to do it again? So yeah, I definitely don't recommend dusting. I had to learn that the hard way. But yeah, don't listen to TikTok. It is not the say all be all of anything. People who do not trim their split ends have damaged hair. It's in pretty much the same category as fried hair or over processed hair or any of that. Like, it's just, nobody wants it. It's damaged. So if you don't trim your ends and you're wondering why your hair, your wash and go is looking a little funky, it's not looking like the people on the internet, then you probably need to trim your ends. Yes, it may be a couple inches shorter, noticeably shorter. However, your curls will spring back to life. They will be beautiful. There will be no frizz. Like, you won't have to worry. If I can, I'll show a before and after picture of before I trim my hair and afterwards. Before I trim my hair, it was so frizzy. Nothing I did to it worked. It never looked right. No matter if I flat ironed it, left it in a wash and go. I could even put it in a puff and it didn't look very good. Versus after I trimmed my ends, yes, it was shorter, but it was a lot more defined. It was softer. It did not feel rough. Also, it was not dry. A lot of people won't tell you that when you have a lot of split ends, your hair will become, or feel, it won't even really be dry, but it'll feel extremely dry. It'll feel like everything you're doing to it is not working. So it will feel like there's no moisture. It will feel extremely dry, like horrible. So yeah, don't listen to TikTok, okay? That's all I had to say for this video, you guys. Do not listen to TikTok. Cut your split ends. You don't have to do it every 3 to 6 months. Just do it as needed. Find a stylist or at a salon that you trust to trim your hair, and that's gonna show you how much to cut, or you can just learn how to do it yourself. I learned how to do it myself. I was very careful because I was my own guinea pig. Okay, thank you guys for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.